Hey everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today I'm taking a look at Deep Under the Sky. This is a game by Rich Edwards and Colin Northway, and it is only a couple days out now. It came out on the 21st, and it's available for Windows and Mac through Steam, GOG, and also just the web page. So I will have a Steam link in the description. It is also on iOS and Android. The Steam version is $8 for the opening week sale, and it'll be $10 after that. And then the mobile versions are $3 for the opening week sale and $4 after that. And the other option for people who can't afford the game is they're doing a art to play promotion, basically, where there are a list of stipulations for what you have to do in order to qualify, but you can basically do fan art of the game, and through your fan art you can earn yourself a copy, basically. So that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty unique. I haven't really seen anything like that before. But anyways, let's get into the gameplay here. I think going to turn the volume down just a little bit. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure that you can hear me all right. Anyways, the whole kind of idea behind the game is trying to take this idea of a one-button game as far as possible. So there really is only one button in the game. And I believe if it's on mobile, it's all tapping, right? So tapping is your one action. And our goal here, as you can kind of see, is that we are this kind of alien jellyfish. We are attempting to pop all of those little bubbles, basically. Sorry, I'm just going to manually lower the volume just a little bit more. It is a little bit loud, but that's okay. Not a problem at all, because the music is actually really, really fantastic. And really everything about the game is fantastic. Normally for one of these Let's Look Ats, I'd play a game for, maybe hour and a half. Played this for about 40 minutes, and the reason that I didn't really play it longer is because that was enough time for me to know that I don't really have any negative opinions about the game. I like everything about it, and I've just had a blast so far. I really, really love this idea of, a one-button game and seeing how much you can do with one button. And it seems simple at first, right? And these are just some of the beginning levels, which is why it seems so simple. But it actually does get to be quite challenging. There are 80 levels in total. And I would say of my 40 minutes spent, the first world took me maybe 10 minutes or so, and then I'm like halfway through the second world, so you can see that it does actually get quite a bit difficult, time-consuming. But basically at this point what I'm doing is I've got the ability to launch, I've got the ability to jet, which is kind of the rocket movement, and then the ability to explode. And you can see in the bottom left, that's kind of our list of abilities there. So there's launch, jet, explode. And that's all we can do for now, but as we move on, every few levels we will actually gain a new ability. So I think that's a really smart way of doing the game. I think it leads to, kind of this want to continue playing, and especially because the levels are so short, I definitely feel a lot of, just one more level, I'll just keep playing one more level, and that led me to just not stopping, really. So I think that's all a really good sign of everything. I mean, from a gameplay perspective, it's pretty simple, and I really appreciate that. I was talking to someone about this game earlier, and I was trying to find a way to describe it. And basically what I came up with is, it's kind of like Angry Birds without a lose condition. And I really like that, right? Because Angry Birds, it's pretty simplistic gameplay, and everyone gets it right away, but you can lose. With this game, you can't lose, and I think I really like that about it, actually. And I think that's what makes it kind of stand out to me, is it really feels like this is more about just learning about everything, right? So we've got kind of this physics system in place, and we've got this, beautiful world to explore, things like that. And really what it comes down to is the game is just about exploring what we've got to work with here. And I think that's such a smart way to frame the game, if that makes sense. Like, because what happens is that I end up just being really drawn into the gameplay, and I'm never discouraged at any point. So, I know not everyone is really into that idea, into, not having a way to lose, but personally I think that's a really nice way to do this, and it makes for just like a really relaxing experience. And I think that's what I've gotten most out of this game, is that it's just a very relaxing game. It's the kind of game that I can sit down, throw on a TV show or something, and I can just play. I can just relax and just have a good time. And I think that is something that we don't get enough of in games. And the other thing is, especially because it is on mobile, I feel like this is a mobile experience done right, because like I said, it does have some maybe casual undertones, if you want. And I don't say casual is a bad word. I know to a lot of people it's kind of a bad word, but I personally don't think it's bad at all. I don't think there's anything wrong with being kind of a casual experience. But the game doesn't have microtransactions. It doesn't make you wait to play more levels if you fail enough times. It's just the game, and it's really just about art. And I think that's what I really, really enjoy about the game. And I feel like there is this great sense of, this game is about being artistic. This game is about showing off some really pretty art in a pretty unique way of design, if that makes sense, because that's really what it is. We've got a really unique design to the game in the fact that it only uses one button, which we don't see often. Even with mobile games, we often see multiple ways of controlling and stuff like that. But what this comes down to is that it's one button. It's a super beautiful environment. It's really, really pretty music, and it's just you trying to solve these puzzles. And I think that is basically what that says is that there is a super strong sense of design in this game, and that is something that I can truly appreciate. I love thinking about design decisions in games and why they come about, and why developers build certain things certain ways. And I feel like what this was about was just providing a really nice, relaxing, fun experience for the player. And hopefully that is actually what the developer's intent was, because that's what I get from it, and it's what I feel, and that's the kind of game that I feel this is. And I really appreciate that, like I said, because there isn't really much of that anymore. There isn't really too much that's just, here is a beautiful environment, here is a nice game, just have some fun. Like I was saying, all games have to have lose conditions now, and I really appreciate that this one doesn't. I don't know, I hope that didn't sound too long-winded or anything about that, but that's kind of my thoughts on the design aspects of the game. As far as goals, really, the goals are to get the bulbs, and there are 2 stars in every level, but the stars don't unlock anything. The stars are just stars. If you want to collect them, awesome. If not, you don't have to. And I really like that as well, because it, again, just kind of provides this real freedom to the game, I guess, where even the collectibles are totally optional. They don't, add anything extra if you collect all the stars, at least as far as I can tell. They're just kind of there for you to try and get, and I think that's nice. But yeah, you know, you can already see that some of this is getting a little bit more complicated. I think what I want to do is actually jump ahead to some of the Chapter 2 levels, because we immediately get a new power in Chapter 2, which is pretty cool. You know, you saw there that we were playing around with some physics stuff. We got a different kind of rocket boost. This one allows us to turn into a ball, and then we can roll along surfaces. So that's really nice too. It's a pretty cool way of doing the game, and it provides a totally different sort of gameplay style. And you wouldn't think it would be that different, but just this one little change actually really changes up the way you play and changes everything about the game. And I think that's cool, that just these subtle changes can really, really affect everything about the game. And you know, it just keeps the whole thing feeling fresh. Like you're never doing one particular power up for too long. Things always feel like they've got some forward momentum, and you're constantly, you know, having to think differently about the newest puzzles. So, you know, I think there's a good sense of pacing in the game, definitely. As far as, like, other aspects of the game, you know, I mentioned offhand a couple times, but the music is incredible. Like, it's this sort of spacey sounding, you know, kind of electro music, if you will. I mean, you can hear it in the background there. It's definitely very... you know, I guess what I would say is it fits the environment. It feels like what you'd expect from, you know, a game where you play a jellyfish alien in space who's exploring a weird world. That's, you know, this is pretty much the music that would pop into my head thinking about that. So that's awesome. It definitely fits the game. But yeah, it just feels like a really strong soundtrack. In my opinion, I like it a lot. Might not be for everyone, but I think it's pretty cool. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention is the art is just super, super incredible. It looks beautiful, right? It's just a really beautiful game to look at. There are all these like little details always moving, and it seems like the theme of the art is these dots, which I think is really cool. All of the effects and stuff are made of little dots, and our jellyfish character is actually pretty complicated as well, although also pretty much made up of dots. So, you know, I think that's cool. We've got this really strong kind of art design all based around one shape, basically. And it gives, you know, it gives definitely this feeling that we're on an alien world. But also, it's all just kind of elegant. It's all really, really simplistic, beautiful kind of space that we're exploring. Really, I think that's just kind of what makes it the full package as a game, right? We've got this awesome soundtrack, we have super beautiful environments, and all the art is just breathtaking the entire time, and the gameplay is super solid, right? Like, designed really simply, and it's a game that anyone can play, anyone can pick up and understand this, but it's a puzzle game that is puzzly enough, you know, that it'll keep you coming back, it'll keep you playing, it'll keep you wanting more. So all in all, you know, really this game is the full package. There's not really much else that I need to say about this. Honestly, I think it's absolutely worth it. I think you should definitely consider picking it up. If you're into puzzle games, this is really a no-brainer in my opinion, because this is a very, very good puzzle game. You know, besides everything else that I mentioned being really good, you know, it's also just a really good puzzle game. There's interesting puzzles to solve here. This is actually a really cool level. It's got a really nice sense of speed to it. But also, like I mentioned before, if you are looking for a game that will allow you to just have a nice, relaxing experience, then again, I think this is definitely the way to go. Yeah, all in all, I think that's a really good game. Like I said, highly recommended. I I've loved my time with it, and I'll definitely be playing to the end. I think this is a really cool game, and I think you should check it out. So like I said, I will have links in the description to the Steam page as well as the Google Play page and the iOS page if I can. And yeah, you can choose whatever your preferred device is, and you can go check it out. And the other link I will have is to the rules and stipulations for the art to play promotion for the game. So that's where we're going to end off for today, but like I said, highly recommended. Super cool game, and I love everything about it. And that'll be all. So yeah, as always, feel free to leave comments if you'd like to comment about anything. Subscribe to see more from me every single day, and of course, if you like the video, then please do consider clicking the like button. But with all of that being said, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.